Okay, so welcome everybody to our team meeting. It's our Fit Family Network weekly Monday night call. And today is, what is it, the 18th of July. So it's been an exciting day. All of us have been talking about getting our country heat done today with our free preview that we had on demand. So I've been loving, hearing everybody's feedback about that. And for the most part, it's been pretty positive, so that's always a plus. We have a couple of announcements that I wanted to share with you all, so I'm going to share my screen, and then for the actual call topic tonight, I don't have slides for that. It's just me. Hold on, I can't find the slides anymore. Okay, here we go. Okay, can you guys see them? Okay, cool. Can you still see them? Can somebody take themselves off mute and say yes, because I can't see
yes.
you. Okay, good.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Okay. So here we go. First of all, I wanted to start off by giving a huge shout out to one of our very own Fit Family members, Cassie Preschel. She's been training her butt off to compete in her very first Ironman, and that is a huge deal and requires a huge amount of training and commitment and dedication. And I am so proud of her for being able to cross that off of her dream board, that she completed her first one. It looked like, from what I could see from her post and stuff, that it was bad weather, so I don't think she got to do the swimming portion of the event, but still a huge achievement, and I'm so proud of you, Cassie, so great job. Today was Team Cup registration open today for Team Cup. And you have until the end of the month to get your team registered. So definitely make sure that you are getting on a team. It doesn't have to be somebody that's in your downline or anything like that. It doesn't even have to be somebody in Fit Family. It can be anybody in the entire network. The only thing is that there can only be one diamond per team. So even if you are a diamond and then you dropped out of rank, you still count as a lifetime diamond. So that's the only requirement. There has to be a maximum of one. But you don't have to have one, though. So if you don't have anybody, that is one, that's fine too. It's just you can't have any more than one. So there are lots of testimonials and things like that about why Team Cup is such a great momentum booster for your business, and especially coming right off of Summit. It's a great time to just get plugged into the Team Cup and have a place to focus in all your energy and excitement that you're going to be getting from Summit. Whether you're at Summit or not, you're still going to get that pumped up enthusiasm. So I'm not going to actually read through each one of these points. I posted them in the group, but they're all information that is accurate, from corporate, that this stuff is legitimate. These statistics are legitimate. So when you read through them, you should definitely end with a feeling of, well, if this is true, then I better get my butt on a team. So that's how I want you to feel. Make sure that you post on the thread of the original picture that I posted in the group about Team Cup if you're still looking for a team. And, from there, we can kind of coordinate getting teams put together. And I'm really excited about this. I think it's going to be awesome, especially with Country Heat releasing. That's going to be a great time for us to be sharing that and getting challenge groups going for that too. So Team Cup, non-negotiable. I also wanted to remind you guys of some pretty awesome opportunities this week. On the 21st is the live webinar that I'm going to be hosting, as well as some of the other people from the test group with Country Heat. Autumn is also going to be live on the call. So there's going to be a little bit of Q&A, and also just really big variations of people that were in the test group sharing their story with Country Heat. And like, not everybody was like me. Like, there was just very different kinds of transformations that happened in Country Heat. Like, there was one person where she had not been able to lose weight at all, like in a long time because of some hormonal issues. And then there was another girl who's like a plus size person, you know, who's kind of limited on what kind of movements she can do. And, you know, so knowing her story and seeing her success with this program. And then somebody like me who's already, you know, thin or skinny or whatever, and seeing the kind of results that I was able to get from doing this program. Like, it's just, I think it's going to be a really cool way to add a lot of stories to your story bank to be able to share with the people that are in your network on how you think that Country Heat can be a great solution for them. And I posted a ton of information over the past couple days to let you guys know more about Country Heat, what to expect, what it's like. Also, you definitely should have either done or plan to be doing the on-demand preview tonight. This is a business, so this is one of your products on the shelf. So you definitely need to be educating yourself and knowing what you have. So even if you're like, this program's not for me, you are, you know, if you're not into it and it's not your favorite program ever, that's fine. But I still think that you need to like educate yourself and know what it's like, because you're meeting people every day. And this could be that program that speaks to the person that you meet. It could be the program that is that solution that, you know, like that plus size person I just mentioned, where she couldn't lose weight forever. And this was the thing. This was that thing for her. So you never know who you're going to meet and who you're going to come across. And that's why it's important to kind of know what you have. Second thing is the Dynasty Surge, and that is going to be super cool. I am really excited about that. So that is also on the 21st, and it's going to have a ton of the top coaches from Bombshell Dynasty. And it's going to be just like the Surge that like Carl and Corporate does every so often. And you know, each one of those people are going to be sharing on various topics. And Lindsay, like, I think they all have set topics already. And then Lindsay that way will be kind of hosting it, as well as adding in her own stuff as they go along. And for those that don't know, Lindsay is the very first Superstar 4 in the company. And she's been a top 10 elite for 5 years in a row, which is just like mind blowing. So definitely a lot to learn from this call. So I'm definitely going to be there. It's from 8 to 9:30 on the 21st. So make sure that you're there for that. Next up, Summit is 10 days away. Gosh, that is crazy. It's just around the corner. A lot of us are finalizing our plans for Nashville, and make sure that if you're going, that you're in our Fit Family Summit group so that we can coordinate with you and make sure that we're able to meet up with everybody and those kind of things. So 10 days away, guys. I cannot wait to see so many of you. Okay, just before we got started on the call, we were talking about Super Saturday, and Tanya was talking about ordering her banner. So August 6th, I know it seems like that is a long time away, but it's really just around the corner. So make sure that you are you have that on your radar, especially those that are not coming to Summit, or maybe you're coming to Summit and you don't have anybody from your team coming to Summit. This is such a great way to capitalize on that excitement and enthusiasm and momentum that you're going to get from Summit. And, you know, a lot of the information is just kind of a recap of what happened at Summit, but still it's just exciting to go there and to gather with your teams and stuff. So I'm actually going to be at the Minnesota Super Saturday. Is that right? Yes, Minnesota. And I am so excited. I'm going to be speaking at Jessica Pasola's Super Saturday event along with Aaron and Miguel Carrasco. So that's going to be a super awesome event. And I know that we have some coaches from Nicole Cabe's team that are going to be coming over and driving over to that event. And I'm so excited to meet some of you guys. And then I know we've got Super Saturdays happening all over the country, all over South Florida. Tanya's got her new one going in Broward County. So definitely make sure you're getting plugged in somewhere. There's always a place for you to get plugged in. And if you don't have a Super Saturday, guess what? You can host one. So you don't have to have a huge event space or anything like that. And it all starts somewhere. It starts with you. So if you want to put your city or your town on the map, then register your Super Saturday and just start with you and, a spirit of growth, and just go for it.
Hey, Jen, can I interrupt you really quick?
Yeah.
Before you start? The Surge is actually on Wednesday night, not Thursday night. On the 20th, not the 21st.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it says that on the slide. All right. So the Surge is Wednesday, the 20th, and the Autumn thing is the 21st on Thursday.
At noon, right? Noon Eastern time?
I think so. I put the actual event page in the team page for the Autumn thing.
I think it was on Mountain Time, what was listed. So 10 o'clock Mountain Time, I think.
Yeah, I think so. So then that would be 12 Eastern.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks for that on the Dynasty Surge. So sorry about that, guys. Wednesday, July 20th at 8. Okay. Let me get out of here. Okay. So tonight's topic is about sharing your vision, or creating your vision and sharing that with your team, and how that creates the ability of finding new coaches for your team. And the reason that I had this topic on my mind is it was actually a conversation that I was having with my upline coach, Scotty Hobbs, and I was just kind of talking about coaches hitting Success Club and coaches like having a vision or wanting to go as far as I have gone so far in my business. And I was kind of expressing to him that maybe I had a disconnect between me and me and my team, whether that's like as a whole or just PS coaches. And so we just kind of got into talking about how you do kind of share your vision with your team, as well as use it like as a recruiting tool, I guess. So I am going to make this portion a little bit interactive. So I wanted to ask somebody that is not on, I can ask you. So Jenny's here. Your coach, your current coach is Rachel Goldberg. Mm-hmm. So do you know what Rachel's goals are for what she wants to do with her business?
No.
Like what she wants to accomplish?
I don't.
Okay. And I don't mean that as a bad thing against Rachel.
No, of course.
I just think that it's a way, like our weekly team meetings are a place for us to like teach and to learn and to find ways to improve. So does anybody know what their upline coach's big vision for what they want to accomplish with their business is?
Our upline, like you?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. You want to make more noise with corporate. So you're getting more involved with speaking up and adding input. I know 10-star at least is coming up for you. That's a goal that you're really trying to push. You're trying to finally seal the deal with the Millionaires Club. And you're also really just trying to try new things outside of your comfort zone, just so that you can show that to your downline that getting uncomfortable is not necessarily a bad thing. And you've really upped your personal development game.
Yay. Okay, good. I'm off the chopping blocks. One of my coaches knows. Okay, we have some messages in chat. Let's see. I do, but then she stopped. Not really sure. My upline is Phyllis. Yes, I feel I do know her goal. Okay, awesome. So where I'm going with this is, first of all, us as uplines, whether you have any coaches yet or not, we need to have goals for our business. And sometimes, like when you first get started in your business, maybe when you did like a getting started right or something like that, your coach may have asked you, what do you see, like what do you want to accomplish? Do you want to make $50? Do you want to cover your Shakeology? Do you want to eventually leave your job? Do you want to you pay for daycare? Like, you know, some of those questions may have come up, and you may have set some of those original goals for what you wanted to achieve with your business. But then it's kind of like, you know, you move on to the goals that Beachbody Land tells us we need to focus on, which is Success Club, going up in rank, hitting certain marks, finishing programs, being on team cups, all these things, like all these other little shiny objects that we put our eyes on. And so we kind of stop setting our own ideas for what we want to achieve in our business, whether it's a financial goal or, you know, like Scotty's at one point was to be able to get Gabby home from work. And then it went from that into getting him home from work. And then it went from that to paying off his mortgage. And so, like, you know, he, I think, was really good at sharing his vision of what he wanted to achieve in his business. Just being totally open and honest with you guys. I think, like, for me personally, I have failed a little bit as an upline coach with sharing what, like, my big dream visions are as far as what I want to achieve with this business. Once I came home from, like, leaving my job as a paralegal, like, I think the entire team knew that my goal was to leave on maternity when I had Mikey and to not come back after that. And I was pushing hard. That was my first year. I was pushing for elite. And I talked about it all the time. I talked about it, like, maybe not on every single team call or every video or anything, but everybody knew that that's what I was pushing for. And when I was talking to Scotty about that, he was talking about the year that he made his goal to be in the top 10, or actually his goal was to be in the top 5. And he said that almost every post and every training video he put on YouTube, he was talking about that idea of Team Dynasty being in top 5. And it was something constantly on the forefront of his mind. So it was constantly on the forefront of his team's mind, and they knew. And he said that, like, the majority, like, I think that was maybe 2 years ago now. So the majority of those coaches that he recruited during that time, because he was constantly talking about how he was creating and molding and cultivating a top 5 team in Beachbody, those coaches are most of his SC legends now. And once he stopped talking about it, because he got into the top 10, him and Gabby went to Italy and all that happened. But then, like, after that happened, that wasn't his goal anymore to be in the top 10, because he achieved it, crossed it off his list, and moved on. And so, like, he doesn't have as many, like, aggressive, ambitious people anymore on his team, because he's not being aggressive and ambitious with the vision that he's sharing with his team. And I just thought that was really eye-opening, because I can kind of see a little bit, like, I know for me, my biggest time of growth in my Beachbody business journey was while I was working up towards leaving my job as a paralegal, because that was a huge deal, being pregnant and not knowing how I was going to function with having to work as a paralegal and build my business and have a kid and find daycare. Like, all of that did not align. So my only option was to make Beachbody work. And I did. And so when I look back at my, like, diagram of growth, you know, all of us have ups and downs, but my biggest growth spurt was during that period, because I was sharing my vision. I had a vision, number 1. Number 2, I was sharing it. And number 3, it was non-negotiable for me, because I guess there was other options. I mean, people make it work all the time, but in my mind, it was the only option. So what I wrote down to like share with you guys is, first of all, that you have to have goals with this business, and they may not be the goals that you had on day one, you know, to get your Shakeology paid for or something like that. You have to keep making new goals that are personal to you, not rank related goals. And number two, does your team know them? And from the consensus that I've gotten so far, the answer is kind of, sort of, mostly not. So I think a good way to even like go about sharing that with your team is making it a part of what you're sharing on social media. Even like, it doesn't just have to be like a post that you put in your team page. It should be a part of what you're sharing with people and saying like, you know, it's 10 p.m. at night and I'm up here working because this is what I want to achieve with my business. And I make those posts too. Like I post all the time when I'm traveling, and I make posts saying, yes, my family is out at the pool having fun right now, and I'm sitting in here talking to challenge groups right now. I'm, you know, working on creating my challenge groups because I want to build a dynamic business that can create a legacy for my family. And I think that sharing that vision with your team starts with you sharing it with your network in general, sharing that on social media and letting people know why you're doing this in the first place. Like, what are you going after? So that's where you should start. And then I would kind of maybe make a video or do a Facebook Live or something like that with your coaches to let them know like what you see. Because if they don't know your vision, then you can't expect them to have any vision. So just kind of letting them know, like, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to achieve. Like Phyllis, you know, she's going to be leaving her corporate job that she's had for a while. And, you know, she's got goals and dreams of what she wants to achieve, especially Phyllis, for you after just getting back from your family trip where you kind of got that taste of what it felt like. That would be a great time for you to expand on that and be like, guys, I was just, you know, I was able to be with my family and be present, and it was so awesome. And you know, letting them know that's what I want. That's what I want to feel every day. And that's why I'm going to continue to bust my butt and work this business and make sure that I'm hitting my goals. Okay, so that. All right, the second part is, so you set your goals, you told people about it. Next step is setting your bar and your standards. So I think that is one thing for sure I have communicated with you guys. Like every single person on this call should know that SC10 is my bar. That's my non-negotiable. I'm not going under it. It's not happening. And you've seen me happy and excited when I've hit it in the first week of the month, and you've seen me stressed and pulling my hair out on the last day of the month too, because that is that standard for me. It doesn't, it's just, it is. And so I would kind of set that bar for yourself. It doesn't, I mean, I think that Success Club should be a part of it. But I also think that maybe some other standards or setting a bar for yourself in different aspects, you know, maybe maybe like how many challenge groups you want to start. Like I want to run one challenge group and one free, you know, freemium type group, clean eating or whatever. Or I want to recruit one new coach per month, like from my challenge group, or those kind of things, so that way your team kind of knows, like if they understand and they see what bar you're setting for yourself, then they can say, oh, okay, well, if Jen is shooting for SC10, then maybe I'll, you know, try for SC5, which is great. That's a great place, you know, for coaches to start. And that's where I started. Well, I guess I probably started at like SC1, but anyways, so, but that's also a reason why as a leader, you have to continue to raise the bar, because your coaches more than likely are not going to set a bar higher than the one that you set for yourself. So if you want your team to continue to grow, you have to continue to raise the bar for yourself so that the team raises their bar. Now, for those of you that don't necessarily have a team yet, don't put this off in your mind like, oh, this doesn't apply to me. Because these are things that you can be posting about like on your regular social media. I don't want to say like fake it till you make it or anything, but you know, you have to start that role as a leader now. You can't wait until you have 10 coaches under you and then decide to start talking and acting like a leader. So I think I actually read in one book, some kind of a social media training, that you actually, like, you're a leader the day that you have one follower or friend on social media, because now you have somebody following you. So I would start doing these things now. So even if you are like, oh, I don't have a team, or everyone on my team is a discount coach or anything like that, you can't wait until you have people chomping at the bit to start working their business, because you just have to start doing it as if they are. And then, I don't know, something magical happens where they just start because they see you doing it and they see you posting about it. And especially if you're sharing it in both places, in your team page and your social media, then it just kind of starts to click and people start to understand what's possible. So that's pretty much what I had to share with you all tonight. I hope that that made sense and gave you guys some ideas and things to maybe implement in your team pages and in your own business with setting goals and sharing about them. So does anybody have any feedback or questions or anything they want to share?
Hi, Jen.
Yes.
It's Victoria. I just wanted to say thanks for posting. You posted something in reference to Summit, and I believe that her name was Linda or Lindsay did as well, about what to expect and take out of Summit. And that whole thing that I read about, you know, being there for a purpose, making sure you make the most of it, not to feel like you don't belong. I thought that was really good, and some really good points to really make you get there and realize what we're there for. So I just want to say thank you for posting that. I thought that was really good, especially for somebody new. I did go to Winter Summit, but I think this one's going to be a lot bigger. And I think for some people it could be a little overwhelming, and you know, because it's just so many people. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. Yeah, Lindsay Stay posted that, and I thought it was so great, because we do kind of like in our minds, you know, we think, oh, what are we going to wear? And like, you start thinking about all these details that are not important. I mean, that, you know, it's not the main focus. What you're getting out of it and building relationships with people and things like that, that's where it's at. And there's so many like relationships that I built from being at Summit and just those hallway conversations that like, they're just irreplaceable. So I'm so excited that you're going this year, you and Phyllis.
Are we going to do like a quick team call next week about it? Because like for us who've never been, I mean, I was talking with Robin, where do you eat? And, you know, like what to expect is, you know, clothes okay, but, you know, like meals and such, is it all like grab and go? Do we bring our own? You know, that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, we can do that for sure.
I know that had nothing to do with your call tonight. Sorry.
Okay. So anyone else on anything on the
Hey Jen.
Yeah.
I know you can't see me, but so back to like the topic of your call. How do you find that balance of like sharing your vision for your team and like getting people excited so that they realize it's about all of us and not just like my goals?
I guess like a lot of times I use, like when I'm talking about team, like business related goals, I'll use we. Like, you know, when I refer to myself as an elite coach, I very rarely say like I'm an elite coach. I'll say Fit Family Network is an elite team 3 years in a row. And like I try and make everything kind of like an all inclusive. But then on the same hand, like sometimes I notice that I'll get really caught up in that and like worrying about talking about the business too much. But at the end of the day, this is a business and it's okay to have goals and to want to do big things. So like that, it's a good thing to have success partners to talk those things out with sometimes, because like I get in my own head about that. Like, oh, I don't want to tell people that like this is my goal, or I want to be in the Millionaires Club. They're going to think I'm Gino. They're going to think I'm all about money or something like that. And then like I sometimes need somebody to tell me like, it's okay to like want to achieve these things, and it's not that you're all about you. It's just that you are ambitious, and having goals I think is pretty admirable, because a lot of people don't have any goals. Like I know there's one statistic that goes around a lot during like New Year's resolution times when they're talking about like the amount of people that actually ever set goals for themselves in general, not just business goals. So I guess to answer your question, like I think that sometimes we have it in our mind that people think that we're being all about ourselves, but really I think people admire you for having goals that you want to achieve. And then when you let people know what your goals are, then they realize that they can set goals too. So, but I guess also asking them what their goals are and taking that interest and caring what they want to achieve as well also lets them know that it's not just about you.
Thank you. That's actually a really good way to look at it. I appreciate that.
No problem. All right, guys. Well, I will post in the Summit group to get something figured out for a quick little call on some stuff to expect for that. Other than that, if anybody, I would love for you guys to actually like post some of your goals or vision for what you want to achieve with this business. And that's a great way to start, is by sharing it in our Fit Family Network page, which, yay, I'm so glad it's finally called that. That helps so much because it was really confusing before when it was called Fit for Life. But anyways, I would love for you guys to share that in the team, and I would love to see your goals and your vision for your business. And other than that, have a good night. Thanks for getting on. Oh, do we have somebody else? Okay, maybe not. All right, guys. Good night. See you later.
Good night.